Sometimes Madden can be as simple or as complicated as we want it to be. But if you take a little bit of a closer look at literally anything in this game, you will find small tells that can make you a better player pre-snap. Take, for instance, the bunch X nasty formation, which is extremely popular. Today's video, we are in the Detroit Lions offensive playbook, and we're going to be taking a look at the auto motion cheat plays that exist in this bunch X nasty. Now, what I'm going to do is we're just going to come up to the line of scrimmage and we're going to take a look at this alignment. So let's look at Tyreek Hill. And now let's also look at Tyreek Hill and see what you can tell about the difference in what I just showed you. If you noted that there was a slight alignment difference with him being a little bit further back the first time, you've got a good eye for the game, and you could use this intel to inform you as to what your opponent could possibly be running, because it's one of two plays. The first play is obviously what I just told you it was, this little auto motion wheel play. A lot of players really like it because they can kind of run it, snap the ball, and look quick to the flat. If they know it's a cloud flat, they'll throw the outside on the wheel route, and it's a touchdown against the cover two. It's a quick pass against the blitz or anything that doesn't have a hard flat in it. So that's a great starting point. But the other possible combination that it could be would be the motion corner route with the whip route. Again, both of these have the exact same pre-snap look. If you take a look at Tyreek Hill's feet, his front foot is actually in line with the tight end's back foot on the auto motion plays. Whereas if we were to be in any other play out of the huddle, his front foot will actually be in line with the back foot of the other receiver in this bunch alignment. So this is something that you guys can utilize in a lot of different formations in this game to kind of know what your opponent is calling pre-snap. In fact, I'm going to show you another one here momentarily. But while I'm loading into another playbook, make sure you guys are subscribing right here to the Zan Madden YouTube channel. We take a look at Madden. Sometimes it's just kind of a macro. Other times, like this video, the micro, really hammering and honing in on the things that can make a big difference, whether it's pre-snap or post-snap, to help you improve at the game. And if you guys want to improve at the game even faster, you should absolutely check out my strategy website, gridirongameplans.gg. And we've been running this website since Madden 20, believe it or not, to help you guys stay on top of what pro players are doing and how to counter it. In fact, I just uploaded yesterday in our vault some really important glitches and how they work and how to counter them, most importantly. You guys can subscribe to the website for $9.95 a month. That unlocks every single thing on the website, and you guys should be hopping into our Discord server where we have lab sessions every single week. You guys can actually also bundle college football on top of your Madden access for just an additional $5 more per month, $14.95 for all football gaming. Go check it out. It's the best deal in the tip space. Now let's get back into another tell with pre-snap motion. So knowing the little tells that you can find are important, but how do we create a defense knowing that there's a wheel and then there's also a whip route? That's where you build on your pre-snap knowledge with what you need to put on the field post-snap. So let's go ahead here and talk about a coverage concept that I would utilize to shut down the gun bunch X nasty with this auto motion concept. For this, we're going to be in the 2-3, which is the most popular defense in the game. And we're going to talk about our coaching suggestions. Now, the first thing we're going to focus on is a 5-yard hook. The reason you want a 5-yard hook is going to be that whip routes in general, whether they release outside to inside or inside to outside, are going to be better defended by the 5-yard hook setting, whether it's a vertical hook or a regular hook curl. Now, the other thing that we need to know is that we obviously have to take away the quick throw to the flat with this concept as well. So what we're going to do here is we are going to basically come out in the double safety walk down meta. This is something you'll see so many players do. We are going to put the ball on the right hash because the blitz that I'm going to show you pairs really well with the coverage that I'm going to be running. Now, of course, the coverage is going to be fine in the event that they're not on the right hash. You guys should be well aware of the right hash blitz at this point in time. If you're not, I want you guys to go to Gridiron Game Plans because we talked about it basically all of September and into the October vault. And I talk about this in my game plan. I've got all the blocking formulas you could possibly need for this blitz on the website in the October vault. And I actually show you guys how to counter all those blocking formulas as well. So that way, if you run this defense, you know how to keep it coming in. So let's start off here with our wheel route. The wheel route is obviously, with this particular blitz, something that you have to have basically something in the flat that you can defend. So what I'm going to start off with is basically changing this defense into quarters. And this will allow us to basically shade down and just kind of play it like so. This is a fine blitz in the event that your opponent doesn't know how to block. This is really, really effective. I've seen a lot of players that really struggle with this. And honestly, you will see quite often that this comes in no matter what. So you'll see right here with this, they're not going to be able to throw hot to the flat. They're not going to be able to go to the wheel. All they're going to really have is that post route. So in terms of our user on this play, there's really nothing to this. All we have to do is basically just guard that post route. Now, of course, if they put the running back out on a route for a check down purpose, whatever it is they want to do, you know, in routes, out routes, whatever, you're going to be fine with this. Okay. So you're going to see quite often, they're going to snap this. You don't have to worry about it because you have a flat over there. So they're going to get screamed at. You just jump the first thing, pressure. Pretty simple. So they're going to have to leave the running back in to block this, which means they're probably, due to the fact that you're blitzing them, going to run the whip play instead. So let's go ahead now and talk about the corner X under. So again, we're going to come out in the same play, but remember, we have that 5-yard hook curl setting. One of the things that you guys could do with this is to run basically this defense as a cover 2 to the left, or the solo receiver side. And then what this will do is this will make it so that 5-yard hook can kind of do a better job of sitting over the middle for this. So a lot of times you're going to see people that are going to run, you know, this concept and look to target, you know, the post in the middle of the field and then come back to this whip route. Well, here's the cool thing. If you guys want to guard the whip route, all you have to do with this is make sure that you have a safety and a 5-yard hook. And then from there, you could go ahead and play this defense. You could turn the left side into a cover 2. Okay. I'm really serious when I say this. You could very easily stop this whip route combo here. And I'm not even going to blitz. I'm going to actually block this blitz here by just double teaming the right screen defensive end. That's a pretty common blitz pickup. And when we go ahead and snap this ball, you will see that our 5-yard hook will do a good job of sitting over the middle. And honestly, right here, we got screamed at either way. So again, there's a lot of ways to still make this blitz work, even with people, you know, kind of knowing ways to block it. Right there is proof. But again, you see right here, look at this 5-yard hook. It doesn't matter if it's the safety or you could put it as the outside corner. You see that this safety is smothering this. They cannot just throw this in the face of pressure. This will be an interception, which means now your user, which I wasn't really using on this play, is free to muddy up the middle of the field, switch stick up to a post, switch stick up to a corner route, whatever it is you want to do to make this work. Basically, what are we doing here? We're coming out, we're assessing. Is the receiver off the line of scrimmage a little bit more in this particular look? If he is, you know it's the wheel, you know it's the whip route, and you set up your blitz appropriately. Because again, depending on what they're in, you're going to be able to scream at them. If they don't know how to block it, it's not going to matter what they're in. But 2, you know, it's one of 2 things. And honestly, you could hedge your bet. You could set up a defense that takes away the wheel and switch stick to the whip if you're wrong. Or you could set up a defense that defends the whip and switch stick to the wheel if you're wrong, or the post if you're wrong. Either way, you know what 2 things it could be. And this is going to allow you to play much better defense against this very meta formation. So whether your opponent is audibling into this, coming out in it all together, pay attention to that one receiver on the bunch side and look at where his front foot is. If it's lined up with the back foot of the tight end, you know which of the 2 plays it is. If it's lined up with the actual receiver, you know it's a traditional drop back pass, and you're probably not looking at anything that's going to whip from the left side of the field. You, at this point, know it's very likely going to be basically your primary meta. It's probably the Y option pivot or the smash return, and you could do a better job of focusing on the bunch side instead. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you did and you enjoy this type of teaching, go check out gridirongameplans.gg. This is the type of detail we go into on the website, focusing on the nuance, the micro of the game, because that's where your games are won and lost, is knowing a lot about the game and knowing what to do with that knowledge. So I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.